Good afternoon. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to afternoon news source, only here at the Daily Tribune. We're now live at Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and the Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. For today's headlines. A landslide in Cagayan de Oro kills 4 family members as tropical storm Basyang batters Mindanao. Thousands displaced, power out, and classes are suspended. President Marcos expresses his relief after House drops impeachment complaints, calling them politically motivated distractions. 65 workers were rescued from cramped illegal cigarette factory in Panipuan. 6 Chinese nationals were arrested. Facility may produce 150 million pesos in illicit cigarettes daily. NPA husband and wife leaders surrender in Bukidnon, handing over high-powered firearms after sustained army operations. DOE says gasoline may dip slightly, diesel could rise, kerosene minor increase amid easing US-Iran tensions. Philippine unemployment rises slightly to 4.4% in December of 2025. Underemployment hits record low of 8%. Bea Alonzo returns to TV in new Kapuso series after a year-long hiatus, portraying a bold character unlike her previous roles. Calvin Abueva joins Converge Fiber Xers, bringing experience and energy to boost the young PBA squad this season. Today is the 6th day of February 2026, Friday, and I'm Eliana Lacap, bringing you today's top stories. Let's get started. A total of 5,572 successful examinees took their oath and signed the roll on Friday during the 2025 bar examinations, oath-taking, and roll-signing ceremonies, formally entering the Philippine legal procession. Here's Jason Mago for the report.
Magandang hapon mga katribu. Opisyal nang nadagdagan ang hanay ng mga abogado sa bansa matapos ang makasaysayang oath-taking ng mga bagong pumasa sa bar. 5,572 o 5,572 na matagumpay na examinees ng 2025 bar examinations ang nanumpa at lumagda sa roll bilang mga ganap na kasapi ng Philippine Bar. Isinagawa ang oath-taking ceremony ngayong araw sa Philippine Arena kung saan sabay-sabay na pinasinayaan ang bagong yugto sa profesional na buhay ng libo-libong abogado. Ayon sa Korte Suprema, inanunsyo noong nakaraang buwan ang pagpili sa Philippine Arena bilang opisyal na lugar ng seremonya para sa mga pumasa sa bar exams. Ito ay bilang pagtiyak sa mas malawak at mas organisadong pagtitipon ng libo-libong bagong abogado at kanilang mga pamilya. Ang seremonya ay hindi lamang tanda ng personal na tagumpay ng mga bagong abogado, kundi patunay din ng patuloy na pagpapatatag ng sistema ng hustisya sa bansa. Mula rito, inaasahang maglilingkod ang mga bagong abogado ng may integridad, husay at malasakit sa sambayanan. Para sa Daily Tribune, ako si Jason Mago, naghahatid ng balita mula dito sa Philippine Arena. Magandang hapon.
Thank you, Jason. And once again, the Daily Tribune congratulates the new lawyers of the Republic of the Philippines. Now, 4 killed from one family were killed in a landslide in Cagayan de Oro City as tropical storm Basyang battered parts of Mindanao, police said Friday.
Magandang hapon mga katribu. Opisyal na
Authorities reported that continuous heavy rains caused a newly built house with weak structural support to collapse, burying 2 adults and 2 children. Other family members were rescued and brought to evacuation centers. Meanwhile, thousands have been displaced across affected regions, with power outages, suspended classes, halted port operations, and multiple areas placed under tropical cyclone wind signals. President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. on Friday expressed relief after the House adjunct impeachment complaints filed against him, saying the move allows the administration to focus on its work. In an ambush interview, Marcos said the complaints had no legal basis and were politically motivated. He added that impeachment issues only distract from governance. Asked about the impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Duterte, Marcos declined to comment, saying it is the House of Representatives' responsibility and should be left to lawmakers to handle. Now, 65 Filipino workers were rescued from cramped and poorly ventilated barracks during a raid on an illegal cigarette factory in Barangay Panipuan. Interior Secretary John Vic Remulla described the conditions as almost inhuman, saying the workers were promised salaries but never paid. 6 Chinese nationals were arrested in the joint PNP, BOC, and BIR operation. Authorities said that the facility could produce up to 150 million pesos worth of illicit cigarettes daily, with seized items valued at 400 million pesos. Investigations and follow-up raids are ongoing. Now, a husband and wife leader of the New People's Army operating in northern Mindanao has surrendered to the Philippine Army in Bukidnon, authorities said Thursday. The military identified the couple as alias Makong, a regional finance officer, and his wife alias NC, a supply officer. They turned themselves in at Campo Sito Bahian in Malbay City and surrendered high-powered firearms. Army officials said the move followed sustained military operations in Bukidnon's hinterland, forcing rebel elements to abandon their mountain hideouts. Motorists now may see mixed movements in the fuel prices next week, according to the Department of Energy. Based on the mean of Platts Singapore trading, gasoline prices may roll back by around 10 centavos per liter, while diesel may increase by about 30 centavos and kerosene by 5 centavos. The DOE said easing tensions between the United States and Iran helped reduce oil prices, alongside expectations of ample global supply and weaker demand for heating fuel. Oil firms will announce official adjustments on Monday. The number of unemployed Filipinos slightly increased in December of 2025, according to the Philippine Statistics Authority. PSA data showed 2.26 million Filipinos were jobless, up from 2.25 million in November and higher than 1.63 million in December of 2024. This translates to an unemployment rate of 4.4%, unchanged from November, but higher year-on-year. Employment rose slightly month-on-month, while underemployment dropped to a record low of 8%, the lowest since 2005, the PSA added. Now, the Philippine Stock Exchange saw a slight decline on Friday, February 6, as the PSEI slipped to 13.98 points or 0.22% to 6,368.06, while the broader all-shares index fell to 10.46 points or 0.29% to 3,577.37. Among sectoral indices, financials led the gains, up 0.81%, while mining and oil fell the most, down to 2.65%. Top active stocks included ICT, which lost to 0.76%, and CNVRG down 4.86%, while BDO bucked the trend, rising 1.23%. Now, Bea Alonzo is set to make her television comeback this year with a new Kapuso series. According to a report, Bea is returning to TV after taking a year-long hiatus. She described her role as brave, and she said it is a character she has never portrayed before. The upcoming series will tackle a timely theme. Bea last appeared in Widow's War with Carla Abellana, a spin-off of the hit murder mystery series Royal Blood and Widow's Web. Now, Calvin Abueva is set to bring maturity and energy to his new PBA team, the Converge Fiber Xers, as they begin a new chapter this season. Abueva was traded to Converge earlier this week and said he aims to help lead the young squad. Coming off a strong Philippine Cup where he averaged 23.6 points and nearly 12 rebounds per game, Abueva is expected to play a key role. Converge previously finished fourth but fell short in the playoffs. Katribu, did you know on February 6, 1952, Princess Elizabeth became Queen Elizabeth II following the death of her father, King George VII? Her accession marked the start of what would become the longest reign in British history, spanning over 70 years until her passing in 2022. She went on to become an iconic figure in the UK and the Commonwealth, known for her dedication, resilience, and continuity through decades of global change. Now viral on TikTok is a video uploaded by TCLPCJ, which has 6.4 million views and almost 1 million likes. She hopped on the TikTok transition featuring the song Bebot by Black Eyed Peas, transforming into a historically accurate Bebot. Look at that, gives strong 2000 vibes. That's all for now. Join us again at 4:30 p.m. still here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and the Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. Once again, I'm Eliana Lacap, and this has been Tribune News on Cue.